to episode 5.
That's what we wanted.
In space, no one can hear you scream. And this was, man, I am loving this series. This episode in particular was banger scene after banger scene, throwbacks to the original Alien. We have dude in suit, practical effects. We have action. We have that claustrophobic ship. We have alien
Gore.
stalking. We have different alien specimens releasing gore, and some. It turns into kind of like a murder mystery, saboteur mystery. Who's sabotaging the ship? I love Morrow already, one of my favorite characters. He pretty much leads this episode. This, so far, to me, was the best episode so far of this series. It was intriguing, as well as this captain is clearly out of her element. Or she's not the captain, she's like number 2 and takes over for the captain because the captain gets fucked up with some face huggers. So this was action-packed episode, drove the story forward, basically told us what happened that they were doing flashbacks to on the ship, the Magellan line. What was Maginot line. That's from the World Wars, where the French thought that they'd be clever and develop this badass defense, and then the Germans just went right around the shitty wall. And they make reference to how smart humanity can be, but how fucking stupid they really are.
True.
You know, we can split the atom, we can fucking go to space, we can do all this shit, but for some reason our dumbasses want to take parasites home and study them. It's like, leave that shit alone. And as Joe said, that's the advice I'd follow. Space that shit. Wait, what happened? No. Launch him into space.
He sneezed, throw that motherfucker out in space.
Okay, that's a little too far. Achoo, up, space.
The sneeziest bitch in the whole office is that guy.
You'd be going into space first, then.
I'm the captain.
Yeah, so this is what I like, and I'm happy that, and as a lore nut, expanded on the lore tremendously. You know, if you're a purist, then the timelines don't really align, because if this mission takes 65 years, then I think back then it wasn't Weyland-Yutani, it was just Weyland, and I'm not even sure Weyland was around. I think they were, but they weren't Weyland-Yutani. And so the letterhead that has Weyland-Yutani, we get a little bit of Morrow's backstory. Apparently he has a daughter, so there were theories that, the Morrow is this and that. It's like, no, Morrow's, his own character, and I like that because he's a great new addition to the lore. But yeah, so the timelines, but honestly, I don't give a fuck, okay? I don't even give a shit if this is a fucking parallel timeline, and it's a different thing that just plays within the Alien universe, because I find it wonderfully intriguing and playing in the alien universe in the right way, especially with these other alien species, which I think that they said that there was 5 of them. Me and the boys were trying to figure out what 5. So there was the eyeball, the leech,
the facehugger,
eyeball, leech, the pod with the tentacle thing that sticks out,
the plant one,
the Xenomorph, and we didn't know what that last one was. And then Alex said, I think it was like in one of the first episodes. It looked like
insects, like you could
see wings. Yeah, you can see wings. Yeah.
So there's some kind of fly creature that's been in the background, and that's crazy because the next episode is called The Fly. So that's probably, we're going to get the 5th creature
that was
there.
probably very dangerous if it has its own
episode. If it has its own episode that's been hiding the whole time. This is just great. What did you guys think of episode 5, In Space, No One Can Hear You?
This is exactly what I wanted from Aliens. We dialed it back, way back with the kids. I like that.
Oh, yeah, no kids.
No kids.
No kids at all.
But it had the horror element I wanted. It had the crazy specimens, like, doing their own things, and smart people doing dumbass things, but it was it was a good intent.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I'll allow it.
Yeah.
But everything that I want from Aliens is here. I wanted to see some more backstory with Morrow. We got it. What happened? I kind of liked it a lot. That I wanted a 2-parter in this. That would have been a little bit interesting.
Of this?
Yeah. Well, like,
I want a whole series of just this, like on the ship.
Yeah, it'd be pretty good. Like, but I think it would have been nice to have it kind of stretched out, trying to see the mystery of who the saboteur is and stuff like that. But this was a great episode. I really liked it.
Oh, yeah, I absolutely loved it. I love the alien stuff. I wanted a little more from the saboteur thing, but that's me being greedy, not it being lesser. And so, like, I wanted more. I wanted the whole series to be this, and it made me realize how much it's like, oh, I don't like or care about much of this whole kid shit, and like all of this other stuff is more fascinating to me. Like, I love the play of the corporations against each other. We get some of that here. You know, they're screwing around. We've got saboteurs, which is super interesting. Let's play with that. There's aliens doing queries, alien things. Let's do more of that. And it's like, that is plenty for 8, 9 episodes. No, I want 9 episodes of stuff like this where we can really dive through it. And then it makes me not want the kids anymore, because I know we're going back to the kids eventually, and it's like I don't want
There's
that.
only 3 episodes left, and I think they'll keep them hopefully mostly minimized. But yeah, this was a great one. Okay, I'm very, very, very happy to hear that. So this is, I still don't understand the haters of the series. I think even the haters of the series would go, okay, no, this one was a good one as well. So we'll have to see what they end up saying. But, so we got the reveal of who the saboteur was. Yes. Everybody thought it was Tang, this guy. But actually the crew, he just acts like that. They call him, you fucking robot asshole. He's not actually a robot.
Creepy.
He's just creepy as fuck.
People sleeping.
He's unhinged. So basically, Weyland-Yutani doesn't necessarily get the best of the best to go on these journeys, especially I guess it's if you're pretty desperate to try to get some money to go away for 65 years. Basically, you're asking people to end their whole fucking life just so that they can be super rich when they come back. And so they leave behind their wives, their children, and for various reasons. And, they do have, the assistant to the space engineer is a fucking dumbass, showing that, what did he say? He was like, I thought this was just a biological or something like that.
Rocks.
Yeah.
They were just going to collect rocks.
He's like, no, that's geology, you dumbass.
Oh, fuck.
He's like, what? I was like, yeah. He's like, where'd you learn that? I'm like, I don't know, in school? But apparently, maybe on Earth, shit is falling apart if you're not rich, if you're not under the corporation's tutelage.
On Earth, especially in the United States, would the education system be crumbling? I mean, that's weird.
Yeah, we've seen it. Like
got his education in Texas.
That movie.
Alabama.
Sometimes you got to take the job.
At least we're not Mississippi.
There you go. We're not the complete last. But yeah, so just really fun little bits here and there, and even teases. Like, you could tell the man, and guess what? So I think, I just looked this up, Noah Hawley took director duties for this as well, in addition to writing. So this one, he directed himself. The first one and this one. And it makes sense, because you can feel that passion, that love, that reference to everything. I even liked it when he feigns like somebody's going to get stabbed in a shadow. They do the assistant, and I'm like, oh, fuck, and then something comes down, and you're like, it's going to be the tail that hits him. But no, he grabs it like it's no big deal and chains something up, but then throws up blood because this motherfucker drank fucking baby water tadpole baby water. It's like, oh fuck. But yeah, just banger scene after banger scene, and really enjoyed it. More like this, please.
I wish, but you know what we're going back to.
Yeah, we'll probably go back. Well, the next episodes fly, and then the last 2 episodes are directed by one person, Dana Gonzalez. Hopefully they have a good vision, and along with Noah Hawley, how they want it to wrap up. Emergence, and the final episode, The Real Monsters, which I'm going to assume is probably the corporations, because the corporations want their fucking monsters. And I like that line where it's like they want their monsters and they're gonna get them. So this guy is just like, he knows he's dying, so he's like, fuck it, now I'm gonna throw these monsters, they're gonna get them. So good. Yeah, so let's go with final verdict. I think you can tell what verdict I'm gonna give it.
You already said 9, so I'm gonna go with the 9 as well.
Man, I said 9?
You did.
Oh, I didn't mean to say 9. This is a 10 out of 10 for me.
I was just gonna say 9.
Oh yeah, you definitely said 9 out of 10 stuff. You said 10? Okay,
yeah,
10. I think 9. I think that this, I think this is an excellent TV show that honestly I just wanted 30 extra minutes and be a movie. Like really like have the it was kind of convenient that not convenient. It was just short and abbreviated how he figures out who the saboteur is. And I love that whole detective thing. I wish we got more of that.
What I wanted.
There were some creepy scenes where I wanted the chases to be better. I wanted some more of these action things, but I got almost everything that I wanted. It was really solid all the way through. It didn't give me that last little like insane, sometimes there's that big push or that big moment that makes me absolutely love an episode, and so I just really, really like it.
Yeah, I think it's a 10 out of 10. It's amazing. There's a few things, obviously, that they can improve on. I wish I would have sold Tang's death because they're making this guy so creepy. He dies off screen. He does give the most emotional reaction that he's ever given in the series, so that's a little something, but I want to see this dude get ripped and eviscerated.
Or at least show the aftermath because they're like, oh, he's dead. I was like, well, let's go see.
Yeah, they show Yutani Royal Guard soldiers at the end, which I liked it, except for one part. Yeah.
You guys can't walk through doors.
Yes, I was thinking that. I was like, how do you
walk through doors?
Sideways. You got to go sideways.
You're in battle and you're chasing somebody down, and you slam into the doorway. So it's just dumb.
It's like Star Wars.
If you're trying
all
to
over
do Japanese, then you could have done
make it smaller.
The half moon badass.
Or something.
Yeah, it just does. No. The set that somebody should have told, hey, man, you're doing a great job on all this set design. This one,
I was just focused on this. Like, you ruined the scene.
Can we talk about how goofy these motherfuckers look? And it sucks because it's like everything is good. But, whatever. I'll excuse it just because everything else kicked ass. But, yeah, so really great episode. Let's just go right into the breakdown. Okay, welcome to the breakdown. So basically, we got Morrow, who is waking up early from his cryo,
2 weeks
and he's
fired.
Briefed on an emergency because these people rotate amongst 2 or 3 crews. And he's in his underwear, and he's got this assistant. It's basically briefing him on everything. Hey, we've had a fire. There's creatures that look like fucking octopuses with tails and shit that they're released. And and the captain's dead, and the number 2 is fucking our science officer, and she likes it on top. I got footage you want to see? It's like, god damn it. And goes in there and figures out what the fuck is going on. And I just love the drama here. And he tries to assume command because you could tell that the captain is rattled. The captain's compromised. She's distracted herself with romantic relationships. And shit.
Oh, she's a human being, and Morrow doesn't want her to because she keeps talking about the health of the crew, and he's like, no, motherfucker, the prime directive is the cargo is more important than you, and she's like, well, I don't, and you can tell that she's a human being. Is like, no, I value that, and he's like, that you say that again, and I'm taking over.
She's like, let's go to Mother, and he's like. So the last movie, Mother, was just the most important thing. But in this one, he's like, fuck Mother. I got my orders directly from Yutani herself.
Yeah.
So it's like, this is what's happening. And,
even Mother threatens her. Mother's like, if you acknowledge my order, or the security officer takes over immediately.
Yeah, she takes too long to respond. It's like 7 seconds. It's like 2 seconds. Acknowledge, or the science. I would have just put the science officer in charge if you really want. She's like, motherfuckers, just great.
Yeah, I like the scene. They go into the medical bay and they see the 2 bodies there with the face huggers. It's like, well, this one we try to cut the tail, but they have acid blood, and his neck is just fucking melting.
It's cool to
like,
see. It's cool to see that.
Yeah.
Because
they don't know what they're dealing with, so they're like,
Yeah, so they try to cut it off. So it's good to finally see the what happens.
Yeah. And
I was trying to figure out, there's an Easter egg here, or a little thing that they can do if they want to do a season 2, or if they want to do a comic book. I think that the face hugger managed to implant the embryo, and there was enough time for the gestation to be fully completed. So a chest burster will eventually pop out of the captain, but they didn't have enough time. And they did the one smart thing, almost by accident, like the funeral. They just fucking ejected his body, not knowing, right? And so somewhere that body is going to fucking hatch a chest burster, which will grow into a full alien and just kind of float through space, because we know that they can survive in space. and they can do something with that in the future. And that's only 17 days away from Earth, maybe a little closer, maybe 15 days. So if Wayland or one of the other companies wants to, if they get through those logs and they see everything that's happened, there's potential there. But the surviving one is put in cryo, apparently.
They would freeze it.
Policy. That's a dumbass policy. You got to do something first. You can't, you just, I don't know. Those cryotubes are not built for alien containment.
They didn't know he was going to fucking pop out.
They thought he was going to freeze out of them.
Like, oh, he's dead. Yeah. So maybe we just contain this face hugger.
Well, because in previous alien films, doesn't cryo kind of work sometimes when there's prevent them from coming out?
Yeah, I think you just deal with the situation first, but I don't know. Eventually, it blows up in their face because he hatches later on from that and becomes a fully born alien and then stalks the crew and ship. But, that's where we get the humanity is smart, but they're too stupid to, realize that they're fucking with shit.
Yeah.
It's just pure fucking hubris.
Well, then we get to the dumbest character, the scientist lady who's feeding these things and just, leaving the container open and dropping a dead rat in there.
This is the dumbest.
And
this
it's
is what
you're like, oh, no, the space engineer's character, he's so dumb and stupid. It's like, yeah, but that's he never had a shot, stupid. This is this lady's supposed to be smart.
You're like, it's okay
you learn
if he's
this
an
in
idiot.
Fucking school. It's like, if you're doing something, don't have your fucking food next to
you don't eat or drink in the lab, and then also when you're dealing with parasites that are there to kill you.
It's not sterile.
Yeah, we probably have 2-stage opening. We have airlocks everywhere on the ship. Let's have something where we can drop a rat in and have it not leap out and eat your face.
Yeah, so she doesn't put the top on.
Well, she does. Well,
she doesn't put the top on, and one of the things crawls and is able to knock one of the metal arm, opening the iris and able to escape. But we got to talk about the eye creature.
Oh, I love it. It's my favorite character.
Alex has dubbed Eileen.
It's Igor, Eileen, and Irene. There's the three. I love them. I want them to win.
And this little guy has honestly, or little girl, who knows, has honestly become this series' Baby Yoda, because in this episode,
real fucked up baby.
Yeah.
This episode, the thing's like, hey, you dumbass bitch, there's a fucking alien, just escaped. Turn around and look. He's trying to help her out, but this bitch is all talking shit.
I thought it was a distraction, though. I was like, oh, that one's free.
Is it helpful or harmful?
Yeah, I thought it was a distraction.
I'm going to say helpful. It's just a creature that wants to help. But she is being a bitch to it the whole time because he's looking, and she's like, why don't you take a picture? It'll last longer. I'm like, all right, you motherfucker. I wanted her to get a crazier death for being so goddamn stupid. But it was still a creative death. But yeah, she's just so careless. And one of the bugs gets out, squirts some shit in her water. It's all of its babies in our water. Ooh.
Yeah, this I think was a perfect opportunity for to see some sort of sabotage. I would have loved it had been sabotage versus stupidity here, where someone.
Here? It was sabotage. I mean, obviously the ship released the bugs.
No, but the guy there's a literal saboteur on board.
Not in this section.
This is just her being careless with it, and so having a saboteur open the thing up and then cause things. I think that would have been.
I like this way where the aliens are really clever themselves.
Sneaking into her sandwich, she's like, now she's gonna eat me.
Yeah, you eat me.
You're underestimating the aliens. And bullshit. Before she ate it, would have fucking went into her fucking body, because apparently they like going into your body too. Yep. They can gestate in there and feed on your body.
Yeah. They were
squirt their little babies everywhere.
Too. Oh, Jesus Christ! But I did like in the scene, was it went unexpectedly, because you had I don't know. Oh, the doctor come in and notice the thing, and he's like, he grabs it with I was like, oh man. I don't know if I could do that, and he says, it's strong. And it's like, fuck. And then he puts it back in, and then she's like, I never leave the thing latched. And then she puts the top on. But if it was me, you put that fucking top on every fucking time. And the second the iris closed, put the fucking top on.
You wouldn't have your food there either.
But she's like, yeah, no, this is stupid. But that good kind of horror movie stupid.
So now she has the contaminant. And she's bringing it into the meeting
everywhere.
room.
Yeah, you keep looking at her,
She's
waiting
like,
for.
Whoa, am I gonna drink it? Am I gonna drink it? That
No.
little trope.
And she about to drink it, but the engineer dude sits next to her, and she's like, "Come on!" And she puts the drink down. And notice that the through line from the previous episode 1 is the guy takes the hot sauce. You know, he's like, "Oh, fucking hot sauce," and then it pays off. In this one, he puts hot sauce on his quesadilla or whatever it is, and he's like, "Oh," and he grabs for the water. You're fucked. It doesn't. It happens later, but yeah. So let's see.
We go through. There's some of the investigation. They're like, hey, some of the communications back and forth between the ship and Earth has been sabotaged. So chlamydia is the kid's name is Chlamydia. Oh, his nickname is
nickname.
They're calling him Chlamydia.
From Peacemaker.
Peacemaker,
Gives
yeah.
everybody.
And so he's recovering the deleted files, and so we've got this little timer mechanic going where they're trying to figure out who blew everything up.
Yeah, and he's looking on these monitors. I just like this little area of the ship. It's this little electronic share that goes back and forth between these old school monitors. They are also decoding all the personal logs and communications that have gone out from the ship, and that eventually reveals who the saboteur is. But meanwhile, he's interviewing people. I liked some of the interview scenes. You know, you could tell the doctor is probably taking some medication he shouldn't to kind of cope with all the fucking shit. And he's like, I mean, this company fucking sucks,
years.
right? And he looks at Morrow, the company sucks, right? And normal people would be like, yeah, fuck, I get it. But Morrow's just like, because he's a company man through and through, because we figure out his backstory here. But yeah, the space engineer says, hey, we're fucked. We're essentially a goddamn missile headed towards Earth. And later on, when another saboteur explosion happens, he's like, now we've gone, there goes our fuel to make any adjustments. So now we're an arrow headed towards Earth. Yeah. And that's when we get the Morrow backstory. Apparently, so initially, he's on a beach, and I'm like, wow, he must be rich or has some kind of money because he's got a house on the beach, daughter's there, and, he's like, look up at the stars, and that's where you'll find me and stuff, anytime you want to. So he leaves his daughter, and it's sad because he clearly cares about her and stuff, but it turns out that the original Yutani, one of the grandmother of the current Yutani lady in charge, the CEO, took him in when he was a
beggar on the street.
And he had a palsy arm, defective arm, but she took him in, raised him and stuff. I was about to say showed kindness, but when you're talking about Weyland Yutani, you could look at it she helped him and gave him what he needed, but also maybe she just picked him up and he was an experiment for the robotic arm, for the technology. She just needed somebody there.
Well, so she may mention that he's like, you were the toughest person she ever. It's just like, look, it was she's like, this person will be an asset to me.
Mm-hmm. So, and he's become a company man through and through. So he will. That's why he has such hardcore motivation. But yeah, let's see. The lab scene, oh man, that was just great. We have the misdirects in the shadows, like he's going to get impaled, but he doesn't. It takes 65 years to get back and forth, but eventually Malachite coughs up blood. Okay, I was trying to catch up here. And they ship him off to the lab. And meanwhile, when he finds out who is the saboteur, guys, he finds out on the monitors.
Petrovic or something.
Petrov or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's just one of the guys that was in the sleep in the cryo tube.
Yeah, he was a chief engineer.
Oh, was he? Yeah. Okay. And
that's why he knew how to sabotage everything as well.
Makes sense. And he's talking with Boy Cavalier. And as we suspected, Boy Cavalier wants what Weyland Yutani has. And he says, if all of these specs that you gave me are real, I'm going to make you the richest person ever. And he's like, I want a new body. Put me in a new body. And he's like, you could do that now, right? And he's like, yeah. Kind of. At least he's honest.
Yeah.
He's like, I can do it, just not for adults. Not yet. Eventually, I want to do it for adults. He goes, you'll go to the top of the list. I didn't even promise him that, but he does promise to make him money. And he's like, well, what if I die, in the crash? He's like, that sucks for you. So he's on a mission. And just as we gear up to go and take care of this motherfucking traitor, he's distracted because the lab thing happens where, Malachite is choking up blood and is in surgery. And there's another really good scene because it's like, don't fuck with what you don't understand. They open him up. First, they need permission for surgery. They said, yeah, we got to save his life. We don't know what's happening right now, right? When they find out what's happening and it's the little fucking bugs inside of his body on his liver and his fucking lungs just getting bloated and sucking blood. That's
He's tainted. He's tainted.
Joe, damn.
It's true.
Ain't got no friends no more.
You know what's inside of him.
Yeah.
Because they scanned him, and even before opening him up, they knew what was inside of him.
Yeah.
And then they're like, "Oh, we're gonna operate on him." And it's like,
they're ticks, and we'll take them off. In fact, I just took a tick and I put it in the pot, and it was fine. But apparently, when you don't understand nature and other creatures, there's defense mechanisms. There's shit. They could go and crawl on you. I don't know. I'm not messing with that stuff. But he was like, I'm going to save this man's life.
He's just a boy.
I'm just doing it. So while they're arguing on whether they should do it or not, he just does it. And the motherfucker kills himself because he pulls up the bug. And it doesn't pull it first. And then
farts on him.
Releases
like a skunk.
fucking toxic fucking shit. And
his eyes start bleeding.
both of them get taken out. So you have 3 for 1 right there.
well, this is the dumbest guy in the whole thing. He's the one who kills the captain, not knowing what he's fucking doing, and then he kills everyone in the room, not knowing. He's like,
Well, he's probably been taking those drugs.
oh yeah, he's high as shit.
Yeah.
Well, but just another great scene, and I liked it. And they hit the button for the contamination, and people spread out. Well, I got to go deal with this, motherfucking saboteur. And she's just in shock. And he's like, well, this is where he takes full command, because she's just like, is not, doing. He's like, hey, get the fucking, all right, I'm taking command.
Yeah.
And he walks off, and she's just stunned. And
the bad guys the little ticks get out. There is no containment for them. They crawl.
There was a lot more ticks than I thought.
Yeah, and so as soon as they start releasing the gas, the ticks scatter and then climb into the walls, and you see them. So there's no.
I also forgot to mention that when the eye was trying to warn or distract her so that she gets fucked up. Starting to like that way more, because if she talking shit to you, he's like,
it's
hey,
an evil
hey,
eye.
Hey, look here.
It's an evil eye.
Hey, she's starving these poor creatures for weeks. I'm kind of on their side.
How did the evil eye know that the motherfucker was going to squirt babies into her water? I guess he didn't. He was like, if it just releases, it'll kill her. So that was the goal.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I like that too. But
The
anyways,
enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Either trying to warn her or distract her.
Your choice.
I'd have to rewatch to see in what order it happened. But so she puts the fucking containment unit for the eye back up there, but she does just then. That's when the doctor comes in and distracts her. She doesn't notice that the clamp is defective and it's not clamping down, and so it flashes red. She does eventually put the 2 ticks back where they were supposed to go, and that goes green, but she doesn't know the other red. If that science lab was appropriately built, the door would not open if there's any unsecure. But the door opens, then she leaves, closes, goes unsecure.
There are constant things of cryopod breach, and there's not one of dangerous lab mechanism breach.
You want to make sure your lab has extra security.
It's not like this cargo's important
or something, or they specifically knew what they were collecting before they left.
Yeah.
And then just then, as they leave and we're going down the hall, he had previously given his assistant a gun because he kind of trusts him, kind of not, puts a blade. He's like, hey, did you do this? And then he's like, all right, gives him a gun. I fucking love these guns, by the way. They're fucking awesome. I want one now. It's almost just like a regular old 9mm Glock with a fucking attachment, and it glows. And you can see the royal guards for Yutani also have the glowing blue on their guns as well. And their upper things here and the bolts, and it also has a stock, so it's like a modified version of a pulse rifle. It's a pulse rifle.
Helmet. I was just looking at the helmet.
I was looking at the helmet the first time, then the second time.
Oh, see, you saw it twice. I was just like looking at the helmet.
Yeah, I couldn't get my eyes off the helmet when I first saw it. I was like, oh man, I want to like it.
I was thinking, if they stand in line, do they have like a certain gap in between?
They're causing running, knocking stuff off the counter.
I could just see it. Anyways, but yeah, so the saboteur attack is a fun action scene. They're firing back and forth. Assistant gets hit. Morrow initially goes to assist his assistant, but yet still is engaged in a gunfight back and forth. He gets pushed by the guy and ends up shooting the assistant
3
headshot.
times. He shoots that poor assistant 3. He misses Morrow every time, but he shoots the assistant 3 separate times.
I like the irony.
You'll be okay.
Come with me. And he comes back and shoots him in the leg. And
he's like, stay right here. This is the safest spot.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. Right here. It turns into a parody. Mafia. Where he starts dancing to each bullet.
Yeah.
But no, yeah. So he gets, and then Morrow exits the room and tries to flank him, and he does. And that we do get the impale, the classic Aliens impale, but it's not from the Xenomorph. It's from fucking Morrow, the cyborg. Lifts him up. He's got massive strength, and he's like, it's too late, you know. And he's like, what'd you do, or what this and that? And he's like, companies want their monsters, they're gonna get them. And then he just throws him, and he's dead. And he's like, oh, this is badass. And just then, it gets even better. So if that was the end of the fucking episode, it's still good. But it's not, because we cut back to number 2, who is still in shock, and she's doing the stupid fucking, the dirt. She also poured dirt on her boyfriend. Don't we worry, we'll be home soon. That was kind of freaky.
The guy's cheating, though.
I was like, what is that? Like, initially, I thought it was her. I thought that, like, she was like a psycho crazy bitch, right? Because she had this dream or whatever, or this vision where she's fucking the guy, that he also has the face hugger on his head, and it kind of jump scared me a little bit. And then when she goes to him with the face hugger, she puts the dirt on him and kisses it. So I was like, is this bitch crazy or something? And she's the saboteur. But no, she actually does love the guy and wants him to survive, and thinks that they can get the thing off and help him. They can't. But she doesn't know that. But yeah, she's in shock, and she pours out all the rest of her fucking dirt, probably from her home or something, and that's when the alien comes. Great cinematography. There are really creative shots from Noah here. There's 3 really fun shots. And one of them is this one where the camera kind of pans down as it pans up, and then it comes down as the alien comes down, and then the alien comes down, and then it stands, and it does the classic guy in the suit, maneuvers. You could clearly tell that whoever's in the suit studied the first film, because he's making the same moves that famous actor, I forget his name, but he's this really tall, skinny actor, because he could fit in the suit, and he created some of the alien movements, and he's mimicking them really, really well. And, it's stalking her. You always wonder, well, what is an alien? Why doesn't the alien just murder and kill everybody? But it does go back and forth between different types of behavior. Originally, the aliens might not kill you unless they think you're a threat. They want to take you to the hive, or if there's no hive, they want to convert you into an ovomorph, which is the eggs. And plus, they're just fucking assholes. They like to play with their food too. So, so you have some of that, and he's kind of fucking, because it's like, why don't you just kill her right there? But, it's a whore. You got to do a little bit of tension. She goes for her gun. He sees it, trips her, and then the chase starts. And it goes from the practical effect into a CGI effect. Still good for TV, but so they're chasing it. They do the Evil Dead fucking camera thing down the hallways. Fucking awesome. They have the musical sting from Aliens and the trailer in Aliens, only really soft and quiet. And it was just a throwback to and it's like stalking her, looking for her, and then moving in interesting ways. And I forget how she gets, because it's coming up to her,
She
just runs again, right?
She closes a couple doors, and then she climbs down the ladder.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and that could be a throwback to motherfucking Alien Isolation, where you're going up and down the ladders, and the alien kind of gets confused and leaves you alone. I saw that on Heavy Spoilers. Shout out to Heavy Spoilers. That guy's awesome. But yeah, so... And I was like, yo, yeah, that shit is in the game. It kind of leaves you alone temporarily because he does get to her again. She's running. She runs to the fucking bridge. She's going to fucking weld it. And she's like, hey, help me. She sees Smee or whatever his name over there. Not Smee, but something. The space engineer guy. And he's just standing. And I'm like, uh-oh. That guy's fucked.
I was like, yeah, I got him. I was waiting for the eye.
I was like, wait a minute, because, oh, yeah, that's right. We forgot to mention the eye escapes from the lab at some point when they're doing gunfire back and forth. It's smart enough not to start engaging with those people who are in the gunfire, because then they'll just turn their attention to him or her. But, yeah, the space engineer turns around, and he's got the motherfucking eye. And
one big-ass eye. Act normal.
Mm-hmm. And I love that they chose this actor for it, because it just gives me flashbacks of The Thing, you know? And he's like, oh, you know, and there was some crazy shit. And at first watch, I thought it communicated. I thought it said something. But no, upon second watch, it was... Because you're in the point of view of the alien, he said something to the alien. But the audio is like, right? Because the alien, I guess, doesn't understand English or whatever. And he says something. And because I thought the alien was saying something to Morrow, but it was Morrow saying, probably just, saying the guy's last name or something. Zavani or something like that. But anyways... As she says, as she talks to it, it fucking...
it just thrashes her to the ground.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so the eye monster and the engineer attacks the new captain, just kind of knocks her to the ground, knocks her unconscious.
So, yeah, okay, that's right. I thought that he was going to kill her right then and there. So it was crazy, man. You got the alien on one side trying to get in the door, and then you got this other alien jumping. I was like, she's getting jumped. But and there's the second creative shot where the alien... goes up and it crawls on the wall or the ceiling at the same time that Morrow, it goes out of shot for a little bit, then Morrow comes out. I was like, oh, that's a well-executed shot, too.
Yeah, he breaks through the tiny spot weld and lifts open the door, and then she's there.
Unconscious for a little bit.
Yeah, and that's when...
and that's when the point of view shot.
Yeah, and so the Igor kind of freaks out, mumbles a little bit, and the alien comes in, and then we kind of have a little bit of
this is what I like. I don't want to comb over that part because I like this part, too, where they're gonna fight, but then the eye alien says, okay, I'm probably gonna need help. So he's like, he like makes noise so that the fucking alien comes in. He purposefully lures the alien in.
See, it's kind of weird because he did call him in, but then they start fighting.
Well, Morrow says, man, fuck y'all, and he just does a fucking spear on one guy and exits the room.
But they still have the captain on the floor, though.
So
why would he attack the alien?
Why would who attack the alien?
The chief engineer.
The chief engineer, after Morrow hits him and exits the room, you have to deal with... You could probably clearly tell from the stance of the Xenomorph that the Xenomorph is now targeting, the Eileen. And so Eileen's like, all right.
Yeah, it's probably not recognizing.
I'm cornered. Yeah. I've got to fucking fight. And so then... craziest thing ever, something I never expected, we get monster on monster action, motherfucking Jason versus Freddy, and I love this shit. He just and like fucking hops on her. He's not a fighter, but he's cornered.
Yeah.
He even bites the neck and stuff, and I was like, don't bite too hard.
Yeah, don't bite too hard. You get acid, but again, he doesn't care because he's just...
It's not his body.
It's not his body, so it's like, if there's acid everywhere, that would have been fine for him. But
I was waiting to see that, like him bite into it and just like his jaw kind of melt
off.
They probably wanted to, maybe budget concerns or something like that. But then eventually the alien's like, wait a minute, I got to tell. I'm going to fuck this guy out. Multiple hits, and then we get the classic impale and it hold him. These shots are well done because you have like the strobe lights. Who installs so many goddamn strobe lights on your fucking spaceships? Whatever, I like it. And then you got the red emergency lights, and it's just like, oh, and he throws the fucking guy. And
he takes off.
or he does like a backflip and slams into the console, and then the alien comes to finish him off. And I guess the alien maybe wasn't fully aware of the thing. It was just like a human, he thought, because he executes the human headshot, and then that's when the eyeball pops out and attacks the alien. Now we've already discussed this, that the eyeball alien cannot take over a xenomorph because the acid that it would have to deal with. So they fight for a little bit, but in this instance, it looks like the endoskeleton or exoskeleton is too strong, and it's just fighting him, and the alien runs off, and they battle, and they tumble and stuff. We cut away to another scene. What's the scene?
Yeah, the captain wakes up. Well, she was already awake. Takes off chasing after Morrow, but Morrow closes the door, seals it already. He's like, "What are you doing, you asshole?" Mm-hmm. And that's where we get the other scene.
She gets
and
all
then
slashed
she gets pushed down, and then she's dead.
Yeah, that alien is just sick. He's not playing with her no more.
Picks her up, throws her against the fucking
blood everywhere, and then comes back immediately. He's like, "No, fuck this place. I'm gonna fuck you up." And then he's trying to get in the door, and that's when Morrow uses the panic room or whatever,
impact room, I think.
Impact room, and gets in there, and a little bit of its fucking juices get on his face and his eye, and he wipes it off.
Gross.
Great, fucking great. That's how it ends, right? How does it end? Oh, then we get the flashback scene, or what?
Yeah, we go to the room with the Wailing Yutani. She's like, "Oh, my mother loved you," and all this.
Or it's not a flashback; it's actually in current.
Yes.
So he does eventually, because I thought he was just went rogue. He's not gonna go back to Wailing Yutani. No, he goes Wailing Yutani, and apparently Wailing Yutani is in Chicago, because it looks like there's all the buildings. Some of the buildings that are in Chicago, but then just built up with CGI stuff around it. So he's up there, and he basically
she says, well, hopefully our lawyers are going to take care of this. He's like, look, you're not going to need the lawyers. It's not going to work. I need soldiers.
That's not going to work. He's like, unless your lawyers are soldiers, then we're going to do things my way. And then she does. She's going to play both sides. She's going to see if she can win this arbitration. So maybe we'll get an arbitration scene in the future where the companies come down. Maybe that's the real monster or whatever, where the 5 corporate heads sit down in a room or something, and hopefully monsters are unleashed on them, or I don't know.
Well, he's supposedly got all the data showing that this is 100% sabotage and corporate espionage, right? Yeah. Like, he has all of the logs saying,
went into his head with the
Cavalier is on video, and I imagine that was done for the audience sake, because I don't think Cavalier would ever be on video to trying to sabotage another company.
He would have an underling do it, so he can have plausible deniability. But again,
he went rogue. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, right. But if he's got video saying like, look, no, he's paying, so he's bribing some dude to crash. Like, this is a bit.
Then the lawyers would win. Yeah. The arbitration would go through. But I'm feeling like this may be weak writing where they won't mention.
Yeah, that's not good TV. They're gonna. Yeah, there's gonna be other stuff.
We'll see how they deal with it.
We'll see how they deal with it.
Infiltration.
But he says, and so she says, give him everything he needs. And I thought it was he's just gonna infiltrate by himself. But maybe he might bring an army. Maybe he might
couple predators,
other people, predators.
Yeah, it's like
give him everything. You got
5 people, or bring the royal soldiers.
TV.
Their heads slam into the
TV
fucking
budget, so she can't really bring everything.
Okay, we're not gonna get an army, but we can reuse the costumes. The royal soldiers can come with them and slam into the fucking doorways, and they can't get out of the doorway, so they shoot down the hallways until they take their helmets off. But yeah, so that's it. And then we smash to another contemporary song. It is Smashing Pumpkins.
Totally fits the scene, not awkward at all.
I don't remember the fucking name of the song. It somewhat fit. It doesn't fit as good as the other. Some of the other ones have fit. I still think I see what they're going for, but personally, I don't like it. I prefer being in the not contemporary, but in the future and in theme, with a score instead of the music that I was listening to in the 90s.
The next one is going to be Lady Gaga, Poker Face. Just
nice, Joe. All right. That's how cringy it's done at its poorest.
Yeah, if you're going to do it, I was like, fuck it.
All right. Well, that's about as best as we can get from it. I do think this will probably be the best episode because it is closest to the original. Obviously, we're not going to be on the ship anymore, so it's going to be in a more different setting, and some people might not like that or whatever. But I'm interested to see how they wrap it up.
We got the other plot lines that we need to resolve: the brother and sister,
pregnant kid that's not pregnant.
Yep, nibs or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So the haywire hybrids, the
slightly how that's gonna
slightly
what with
haywire.
The hell Kirsch is up to or not up to?
Yeah, what's Kirsch's plan? And yeah, perfect. And it's interesting that there's 5 corporations and 5 creatures. That's interesting. I'm wondering.
Who got to fly?
So each corporation going to get a creature, and they can do creature battles in the future. Battle bots. Who's going to get to fly? Who's going to get the eye dude? But yeah, Baby Yoda, Eileen. This series is Baby Yoda. Love it, Eileen. I hope. Motherfucker, after this episode, I hope Eileen does not die. I want Eileen to survive at the end, okay? Escape into the jungle or get captured by a corporation but still be alive by the end. Don't get shot by, a pulse rifle or something. But all right, that's going to be it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. What did you think of the episode? Did you think it was awesome? What were some of your favorite parts and lines in the episode? Leave it in the comments down below. And we will see you guys on the next. Yeah, it's not the worst. This was great. On the next Angry Joe Show. Bye, guys.